welcome. It's me, Persita, and this is Persita's Paradox. So here we are, Tuesday after Labor Day, and the question from last Thursday is, do you strive to win, or are you simply participating? And when you think of winning, you have to understand that my mindset when it comes to the word winning is not necessarily always coming in number one. Sometimes it's the premise of just focusing on doing your absolute best. But I still ask you, are you walking through life and you're trying to simply participate just to say that you were there? Or are you doing everything you can to achieve the biggest and best goal that you can in whatever the situation is? Now, it can get a little tricky. Again, winning means number one for a lot of people. For me, it simply means doing everything that I possibly can to have achieved the ultimate best in whatever the circumstance is or situation is. I never want to just participate. I don't believe in doing things like the Spartan race and marathons just to simply say that I was there. Now, that might seem a little strange, but I don't understand the participational aspect of that part of life. You just simply said, I conquered my goal. I hit a bucket list. I'm not really sure what that actually does for an individual, because if you catch what I'm saying, no one really moves in life trying to just simply say you were there. To do what? To acquire the medal, to say, okay, yeah, I did it and I couldn't have done it before. But wouldn't you want to do it to the best of your ability to achieve it at the highest level? Now, that may mean that you are simply, in the end, based on statistics and the way that society identifies winning, just participated. But wouldn't it be better in your mind to actually do everything you possibly could to win your division, or win in regards to time, or win in regards to more than just simply saying, I got up off the couch and I did something I would never do? Now, there's going to be a whole lot of people who have all kinds of information back in a negative manner of like, I can't believe you would say that, and isn't it better that somebody just does something better than they did before? Of course, that's not at all what we're talking about. What we're talking about is, are you willing to step above and beyond what it is that you can do? Or are you simply trying to just make it look like you did your best? Prime example, if you have any type of illness or issue and it's food related, and you're not willing to change the food so that you could actually be healthier, but you change food every now and again and say, well, I'm trying. Is that trying to win, or is that simply participating so that people would get off of your back in regards to why you're still ill? Meaning, if you know that it's simply food that could change your life, or exercise, or something that would allow you to have a healthier lifestyle, and you don't do it, would that simply mean that you're participating in life? To me, yeah, it would be. And what that is saying to me about your personality is that you really don't want to do the work. You want the martyr, you want the issues, you want all of the other things that you can get that have nothing to do with getting healthy and moving on. Or you want a vacation, but you're not willing to put the money aside to save for the vacation. But every time someone goes on vacation, you have some type of a hater mentality, or, oh yeah, I don't know how they could afford that. Or, well, I mean, I would go, but I got all of these issues and bills and blah, blah, blah. Are you saying that because you're trying to cover up the fact that you are simply participating in life and in your lifestyle? Or are you really trying to jump up and actually say, I'm going to not only do something, but I'm going to win in that aspect? You're going to get healthy by eating better and exercise, or you're going to save money to go on the vacation, or buy the home, or get the RV, or pay off your debt, or whatever it is. We make a lot of excuses, and we do it in a manner that we want people to believe that we really are trying. And what I'm basically trying to say in all of that is you really aren't. And the faster you actually stop trying to tell yourself that, the better. It's equivalent to what I say about when you're posting up videos on any of the social media platforms. And every time you do it, you want to take the mindset of like, oh no, I'm just doing it because, I like to post. No, you're posting because you want people to see what you're doing and how you're doing, and you want them to see how you're living, and that's why you post. No one takes the time to get up and post when their breath is stinking and the house is dirty and nothing of the sort, because that environment perpetuates narcissistic attitudes, which would simply be positive in the lights of others and in the perspective of. It is key that we really start to understand how much we really want something, and if we're really willing to actually do the work to make those things that we say we want happen. If not, you save yourself a lot of time, emotional, spiritual, and otherwise, by simply being honest. And honest within yourself. Not anyone else needs to know anything about how you truly feel. It's just really you. When you take the time to actually say to yourself, you know what? I really, really, really do want to be fly, and whatever the sense of fly is, from your wardrobe to your home to whatever it is, but you're sitting around doing exactly the same thing you've always done every single day, looking for another angle of what it is that you could do, or you're waiting on God to move, or you don't really know the direction of what you want to do, so you figure sitting and waiting is going to work. Let me be the first to say that is not what life is about. It's about taking chances and taking risks and stepping out of your comfort zone to understand you will not attract anything that you're not. So if you're in a position of saying, you know what, Priscilla, I really want to be a millionaire and I know I can be one, I'm going to look you in the face and say, you absolutely can be one. But my question is, do you know any millionaires? And if you don't, ask yourself why you don't know any millionaires. There's a mindset that you actually have to be in to even be in the environment of a millionaire. And if you're not around them, you can't really create it with people who don't understand what it takes to even be what you're trying to be. You cannot take any sense of advice or structure from people who've not done what you're doing or who have not been where you're going. So then you find yourself simply participating in life because everyone can talk about all the other people. I have a lovely thought that I always crack up about. You see so many people on the internet every single day continuously giving opinions about everyone, especially a celebrity, right? And they'll say, oh, well, they only have money because of this, or they only do this because of this. And my question is, if you're that clear on how someone else can make their money or not make their money, why are you not where you want to be? Because if you can tell me why Jay-Z is a millionaire or he isn't a millionaire, or what Beyonce is doing to get people, or why she does that, or what society is doing, but yet you're still living in the exact same arena, striving to be what you are knocking, then you're fine. Live that life. But if you understand that if you took the same time and effort and energy to actually understand what you're doing and where you are, you wouldn't have the time to be worrying about what another person or celebrity is doing. Always am interested in how everyone else can tell people how to make money or what they should be doing with their monies, but they have not reached their own personal goal. There's absolutely no way, and I do mean absolutely no way, that there is this much opinion without work, without understanding. It's why we are so caught up in the wrong thing. We focus so much on what everyone else needs, does, or attributes to their successes that we completely forget that we still have goals and aspirations of our own. Now, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with looking up to someone and having some sense of desire as far as a mentor is concerned. But having a celebrity mentor or having someone you have no interaction with, you have no clue about. You have no idea how people make their money or what they do to make it or what the struggle was. So you should stop saying to yourself that you do. You barely know how you're sustaining or what you're doing to make it, not make it, to perceive yourself as making it, and so on. So to sit back and have so much conversation about others without taking the time to really understand that it's you that you need to focus on is insane. But in a society that gives us so much access to everyone, it's why we're caught up and not moving and not progressing, because we have too much opinion. And in that sense, we're only participating. Because if you catch it, when you're really focusing on trying to win, you are surrounding yourself with things and places and people and tools that can actually help you get there. If you're an athlete, you're looking for the proper coaches and you're looking for the proper outlet in order to get the exposure. If you're simply a sideline person and you're a spectator, in other words, who cares if you have a great coach and if you're around the proper people? You're just there to give an opinion because it's easier to give an opinion than to actually do the work. So I propose to you, quit participating. Quit participating across the board in your relationships, in your families, in your jobs. I mean, what is relationship goals? You have no idea what those people are doing that you just see a nice picture on a social media platform. You have no idea what they're actually doing, or if that is simply a farce for them to make themselves look great. And to be perfectly honest, if you're in a relationship, you shouldn't care about what someone else is doing in their relationship, because everything in yours should be relationship goals. And you don't need to look at someone else for that assistance. You do not. You need to figure out who you are so that you're coming in your relationship as a whole person and you're finding a like-minded person, because you're going to attract who you are, who's also looking for the same thing. More so over than looking at, someone said something really nice to the other on the internet. But the core sustenance of what it is that I'm trying to say is that you really want to only focus in things that you know are official, authentic, and true. A lot of relationships look phenomenally wonderful online, and they're not. And a lot of them don't even post that are phenomenal. So be authentic within yourself to know that, you know what, I can really create what I want to create. And if I'm posting something, I want to post my authentic self, not worry so much about what others do, because I don't want to participate. I want to win. And I want to win in real life, in real time, and really, really in a place where there's some foundation that's built. In regards to anything else, it's the same logic. I use relationships, but across the board, it is so much better to be a boss within yourself than to be a boss and try to pretend because it sounds great to say you're a boss. I'm looking for people to simply say, I'm a worker, and be cool with that. I mean, it's all great and dandy to be a boss, but do we really understand what it means to be a boss? No. Hell, most of us can't even really supervise people, let alone manage or boss or create or sustain something. So be conscious of the words that you use and understand that most of them are participational words. And if they're not participational words that you're using, it's a participational attitude. And when you want to win, your mind is so caught up in simply doing the absolute best that you can do to achieve your best every single day, hour, minute, month, year of your life, you have really no time for the other stuff. So hope you understand where I'm trying to come from. And if you don't, love to hear your feedback. But when it comes down to truth and living life authentic, which is what I say in every video, you have to really identify, are you just simply pushing through life, making excuses, pointing the finger at other people, riding in other people's relationships and lives because it's easier than it actually is, and looking at yourself and fixing yourself? Or are you really focusing truthfully, self-love, self-respect, really taking the time to meditate on the things that you are achieving, to try to surround yourself and find the tools and the information that you need to actually get there? That's just the question. So I leave you with that question today to really ask you, what is it going to be? Are you going to be a winner, or are you going to participate? The choice is yours. As always, I thank you so much for joining me today. I thank you always for giving the information that you give, for great videos. This was a request, and I greatly appreciate that idea for this lovely video. Of course, remember, as always, to like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification button. All the, activities and metaphoric things that I'm supposed to say. Please subscribe. Make sure you comment, all of those things. I say it every video. I mean the exact same thing. You guys are awesome. This video format is amazing, but I don't want it to become something that is just simply words and an attitude of me coming off as if, I do everything so great and so well, because that's not true. It is absolutely not true. As I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself. So always remember that I'm standing right with you, learning through the process as you're learning through the process. So make sure that you feel free to come back and say whatever it is you want to say, give as much feedback as you want to give. I appreciate you to the fullest. And I always appreciate all of the participation that you put in thus far. Can we take it to another level? I hope so. Continue to drive people to this channel. Continue to pray for this channel. Continue to be in a position of always being positive towards myself and this channel and yourself, and we can do nothing but grow. So thanks again. Remember to do 3 things. Live life authentic. Not pretending, not participating, but live life authentic. Thank you again so much. I will see you on Thursday for our next question of the week, or I guess it's Thought for Thursday. I wanted to give it a new title. Thank you again so much and have a blessed day.